A lot of times I'll be asked by clients, do I need an estate plan, or what is an estate plan? Well, everybody needs an estate plan if they have any assets. Obviously, if you have any assets at all, such as a house, car, bank accounts, when you pass away, you want to leave those assets to someone else. Now, a lot of times someone that's married will already have an estate plan because they'll own all their property together with their spouse. So perhaps the husband passes away first and he leaves everything to his spouse. He doesn't necessarily need an estate plan because everything is jointly owned. But when the second spouse goes and passes away, if she doesn't have an estate plan or he doesn't have an estate plan, then without an estate plan, it's often stated that the state of Kentucky has an estate plan for you, and that's basically what's called the laws of intestate succession, and that's basically a statute where the legislatures have passed stating that if somebody passes away without an estate plan, this is where we think that they would want their assets to go, such as their parents or their brothers and sisters, etc., down the list. So the main reason you want an estate plan is so that when you pass away, your assets will go to the people or charities that you specifically want. So that's the number one reason why anybody would want an estate plan. Now, an estate plan can obviously include a will. Now, a will is a simple estate plan where you basically have a will, and in that will, perhaps you leave everything to your wife, and then if your wife passes away, then you leave everything to your children. And in that will, you may also have provisions that name an executor to look after your estate for you, and also give that executor powers to sell your property, such as real estate. And that's very important. A lot of people don't know that without such a simple will, then their assets may not go to their spouse. They might go to their spouse and children. Also, without the powers given to an executor, then a person would have to go to court and seek approval from a judge just to sell perhaps the parent's house. It's also important, as I stated before, to name an executor in a will so that there's not any conflict perhaps between two or three of the children of the parents who both fight to want to become the executor of the estate, which can lead to hard feelings, plus cost the estate a lot of money.